thought I'd do a video on word values. Here we have the cemetery, and you can read the numbers 33 and 2, 32 and 39, and 3 and 15. And then you get all these other numbers with a combination here, like 2 and 2 mirrored over here is 22. And 33 and 33 is 66. 79 is, he hit it when he was 79, 2 trips. There's 179 and 179. Anyway, those are some of the things. Like 93 up here in the corner here is the date he died, and 99 is when he died, 93 is when he was born. This one, the kid is 13 years old in for the Blaze. 9 is Forrest, and 7 is he was in 7th grade. Anyway, 32 and 39, and there might be other numbers that represent the Blaze. And anyway, what he does is he gives numbers, word meanings, and those words can be combined together with that number of another number, and you get different meanings. So the word values mean things. Anyway, so if we look here, here's some examples of, like Bobby McGee. That's in the scrapbooks. I'm sure you've seen that one. Or magic. That one's used. Magically. I told him when he was flying his plane, I got there with magic. And then, D's is 33. Banana. Now that's a great one. We all know banana. And 33 right here is the number. And that just happens to be at both ends, this end and this end. And actually in the poem, you can actually, when you get on line, let's see, what line is it? So it's on line 14. It goes, if you've been wise and, well, that's, look quickly down your quest to cease. And if you find the end is ever drawing nigh, so you'd count from end to cease, you get 33. The word value for cease is 33. And if you count all the letters in that line 14 with the comma, you get 33. And commas are really important, and I've done a video on with information on commas. So anyway, so we got bananas, and like won first place, and the dog got a banana. And then there's bold in there in the poem. I've gotten there alone in there with my treasures bold. And then we have Fred. There's the scrapbook 166 graveyard logic, and then he put it in his book and changed it to divorce logic, I think. And then said, you can find that, but that one's a harder one. But I mean, he's always going I mean, and like on page 6 he does an I mean, and it's before funny, and funny has, there's 3 funnies, and they actually make a pattern, boom, boom, and boom. Anyway, and it is quite a pattern. Anyway, so he puts I mean at one end, and then I means at the other end, so that he went in there when he was 79 or 80, and funny has a word value of 80. So, and then he's talking about birds, and so that's 33. And then he, there's a lot of gates that he talks about, and name is important, that's 33. You hear that, it's all in the name and whatever. And then fences are important, that's 33. Anyway, there's some that, I just put some down there. Some don't apply, but some do. Anyway, then we go to this one, 66. And that's a, you can find that on both ends too, like 33 and 33, 66. And over here you have shoes on top of the marker, and the word value for shoes is 66. So, I give you title to the gold, that's 66. Happy, 66. Freedom, you hear a lot of freedom, and he's talking 66. Actually, that banana doesn't belong there. Mildew, mildew, mildew the hat. And he does another one on another type of fungus. He's talking about pouring beer on it, and if you do that, they'll keep flowering. And flower has a word value, and it didn't work. I don't know. He did a video on it. Anyway, and then we got family 66. Let's see, Salone. Eric Salone is a 66, and 66 gets us to the end marker. And we got Whole Pyre, Empire. We already did Salone. Floor, that's a great one where they lie on the floor, so floor is a really important one. He uses that one a lot. And like cannonball. Anyway, here's shoes. That just happens to be on my 24th one. Anyway, and vivid, that's 66. Times, he does a lot of time. So time is right down here. We got shoes, vivid, and times. So, there's a lot of word values of this 66. Actually, there's a lot. He does woman. He's talking about and already. Oh, here's kachinas. He talks a lot about kachinas. And that has a word value of 66, And then we got, there's 50. Now 50 is definitely mentioned a lot. And the word value for 50 is 66. And then the last one on this page is trash. And he's always talking about garbage, trash, the bears are eating the garbage. And anyway, and he threw it in the trash can and all that, and that's 66. So then we go, what do we got more? We got more 66. It is a quite a common one. We got Santa Fe is 66. Love Block. He's always talking about Love Block. I live in Love Block on his plane. That's 66. And bracelet is 66. Now he does that bracelet with the 22 beads, and anyway, it has an other type sugar. He does rubber, rubber tires and whatever. Lost, lost is throughout there, and that's a word value of 66. Winked, you can find winked in his stories, and that's a word value of 66. And then, we got some of these, aren't going to ring too many bells, but, he uses them in certain spots. And we got lot, your lot in life, lots, or here, bologna sandwich, I don't know, maybe, alcohol. Let's see, some of these half mile. Anyway, there's some great ones that he, legends. And I don't know, there might be, yep, there's a few other 66 here. And nothing really great there, but, there are some great ones, like for 66 we got title, happy, freedom, bananas, Salone, whole card, shoes, kachinas, woman, 50, and trash. And rubber, bracelet, Love Block, Santa Fe, and lot. Those are some great ones that are used a lot in his books. So now we're going to move on to the 39. And 39 is over here, it's the blaze. And, we got 10. Let's see, one that I know he's done a scrapbook on ducks. And that's the blaze and blast, a fire. Anyway, there isn't mile, and 10 is the blaze. Afraid. Not too many that I've got there, and there's probably more that I missed, but let's go with the next one. Okay, here's some more 33s, because what he'll do is if a word value has 133, then he just takes off the 1. And sometimes a 2 will mean something, 233, but and he just deals with the double digits or single digits. And with ropes, let's see, and there ain't that many here. Let's see. Boots on the ground would be 79. Anyway, let's see. Property, archaeologists with ropes, teachers with ropes is 33. Not a lot there. Just anyway, we got 50-50. Here's a Gabby Johnson, if you've seen that lately. Bizarre ending. The answers. Let's see. Anyway, a lot of these you can take or leave, but there is some word values that he's using quite a bit, like the bananas and some other things. Let's go to the next. This one I've only got, strike a light. That would be a blaze, and that'd be 139. Anyway, not much on that one. So in the poem, you got here, and if you go so here, that's 66. So he doesn't just do single words. He'll do, long things. And anyway, sage is definitely 32, and that's the blaze over here with the 39, 32, and 39 right there. And again, anyway, but I know sage in here, so hear me all and listen. Go with the next. And the word value for 25 would, to me, 25 always represents the treasure. It's 10 by 10 by 5. 25. Anyway, this one, I don't know, hot chocolate, but there's Running Man right there. That's about all. Nothing much there, but okay. We got 24, and that's the omega. We definitely have, X marks the spot, and leaf. There's some scrapbooks about pressing leaves in books. Books are stories, books not written, and they're asterisks. Anyway, and so, he's done some leaves on the tree, stuff like that. And then, end is 23, because end has a number value of 23, and fake in, and I know he uses in, and I don't know, barbed in there. I don't know if that means anything, but so this one has a 111, and if you just remember, most of his clues work at a 13-year-old level. So if you go 111, there's 3, and the end number is number 3 right here. 3, right up in the corner. Anyway, so somewhere in Wyoming, and anyway, I can keep my treasures where? Somewhere. Anyway, you got pictures, lots of pictures. New Mexico. Let's see. Illusions, maybe. Anyway, that's some of these are the bigger ones that he used. But go to the next. Okay, so here's one 166, and the poem is 166 words long, and so 66 is the end. So 166 is getting to the end of the poem, and that takes you to this where the shoes are on the grave marker, and there is a few here. I guess we got graveyard logic. That's in the book. Keep it in a vault. Your 15 minutes of fame. The White House. The Thrill of the, Without Chase, which is 36. And Smell the Rain. Knowledge is a Key. And I don't know, there's a Magnificent Bastard. Anyway, you could say that I'm stretching it, and yeah, so maybe I am. But I really believe there's enough evidence or coincidences to use, not that he's using all these words, but definitely, bananas, mildew. Anyway, we can go with those. You don't have to like all these words, but, I can find quite a few places where they have used these words and they have meaning. Okay, we got 99, and 99 is and the boy died in 1899 up here in the corner, and it has some other meanings. And there's some chapters in Too Far to Walk that it's the only capital letter is an I, and then on page 99 there's anyway, there's two I's in that title. Anyway, this one's got some like 13 is 99. End of a rope. Let's see. Let's look here. Yeah, we got yo-yos, taverns, ambivalent. He's ambivalent. Fake actors. My church. In the woods. Anyway, 99 has some significant ones because I think it's in Chaos and Embroidery. They do a video. Cynthia Meacham does a video, and there's two of them. Her and her, I forgot the other one's name. Anyway, they're doing a video, and when they get to the treasure, and there's a running man in there, and they get to the treasure, they on the side of the treasure is printed mermaid hair. And that's 99. And then they pull out a raven claw. That's 99. And then there's bison hair, which is also buffalo hair. That's 99. And then she goes, it looks like a paper doll, and that's 99. And then lead searcher is 99. And then Forrest says, I hope I get an Academy Award for this. 99. And who am I? I'm in the wood. 99. Yay, there I am. In the wood, 99. So, and then we got Buffalo Bone, 99. Anyway, and there's some other ones, but all these were in that video, and they're pretty pronounced. I mean, they're like drawing attention to it, and they're not by accident. They're clues. Anyway, so something to think about right there. And then, Blow the Bugle, we got Deep as a Hole, 2 Omega, A Logical Mind. Anyway, and Cynthia Rockwell, is 99. The legends, I don't know. Significance, I don't know. Anyway, you gotta admit, or I've got to admit, I'm stretching some of these, but some of these, go watch this video on chaos and embroidery, and then if you look at my little insignia or for my name in the wood, I'm a coyote, and she pulls out a coyote skull, and in that video, she pulls out something else that relates to the bears, the little polar bears, and that was done to a searcher to identify him, and then he asked for clues, and Forrest did a scrapbook just for him. Anyway, the embroidery and chaos was done for me. Anyway, and everybody feels that, but if we sat down, I could point out all the things that were pointed at me, and right after they acknowledge the one for the bear, and then they bring out the coyote skull, and I'm the coyote. One of them. Anyway, the trickster, and we got 79. 79 is an important one because Forrest, he hid this when he was 79 or 80. So anyway, hear me out and listen. There's 79, and teachers 79. I don't know. I'm only one asshole away from winning this thing. They're using that. William is his father's name, William, and there's other Williams. Subtle. And flowers, you see a lot of flowers and blooms and this, and well, there you are. It's the blooming of the flowers, the white ones going up the trees and whatever. Willow, empty. He uses empty. It was a big empty on page 99. Well, that means something. 79. Anyway, and I always felt that it came from Forrest Fenn, and it ends with Forrest Fenn, so he's 79. Forrest Fenn represents 79. The homely. Anyway, the nature. You use a lot of nature. My home. Alpha and Omega. 79. Mother. Kinko's, he printed it so small, he took it to Kinko's, and you had to have a magnifying glass with Kinko's. And should a lot. I should have. Ground, boots on the ground, in the end. So, there's a lot. Here's Granny. Granny, 79. Seconds, it does a lot of seconds. 79. Silent, we got that one already, I think. Let's see. Mile hole, 79. 9. Mile hole. Anyway, it's not all, bizarre. 79, and this is definitely bizarre, trust me. And in the end, mommy, there'll be no paddle up your creek, and I don't know. There's a lot of players in this community that use words, and they have meanings, number meanings, lost in thought. Well, lost 66, in is 23 for the end, and thought is, I don't know, look it up. Anyway, the Blaze is 79. Who do we know is the Blaze, And I don't know. Anyway, there's some others, but you got to be creative in the way you use them, Let's go with something next. Okay, in the poem, 179 is an important number. You know, gold has on the periodic table. And another thing that he uses is like number 8 represents an asterisk. And number 4 equals a $sign on the keyboards. You know, so there's different ways of mixing the numbers up to mean things. You know, so get a keyboard and look at the numbers. Anyway, you know, like Jonathan Jack Stuth equals 179, and that's just, and then his email address, if you do Jack and 58 blah 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 equals 66, and that's just coincidence. It just, you know, it just happened that way, you know. You know, some of these are, you know, interesting ones I found out, and I'm not saying that they use them, but I definitely seen them somewhere in the, you know, chaos and embroidery with the and at different ways. The 179, or I think, I don't know, surrounding. I give you title, 179, too. I give you title to the gold, you know. Let's see. A word that is key. A word that is key. It could be 79. Anyway, so, you know, on page, on page 6 here, you have funny, funny, funny. And if you look at that on the cemetery here, you got funny, funny, funny. There's a pattern. Anyway, I did a video on patterns if you want to go look. But he does the pattern here, and then he goes funny, 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 and there's the pattern. But if you go, you know, right here he does mean. I don't mean, and it's right by funny, and that's 33. And then up here he goes, I don't mean, and it's right above this funny, and that's number 33 down here in the bottom. And then we got funny is the blaze right here, and then funny's the end, and each funny is 80 and 80. And then right here he's got 79, and then right here he's got 79 on this side of the pattern. So it begins here and it ends there. Anyway, and then he's got 1399, self-image. And all these are, you know, there's some clues in here. But anyway, I'm just trying to show you that he uses word values quite a bit. So that's about the end of this one. I hope you found it interesting. Like, subscribe, and have a wonderful day.